First Sip Brew Box is a one-of-a-kind subscription service for craft beer lovers based right here in Pittsburgh. Every month, First Sip will send you a box full of craft beer enthusiast essentials, including t-shirts, glassware, and even food. Right now, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have an offer for you. Just sign up for a 3-month subscription and get your 4th month free. Just enter the code HOPUSA when you sign up at firstsipbrewbox.com. That's HOPUSA at checkout to get your 4th month free at firstsipbrewbox.com.
Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop Nation
USA Podcast.
Hop Nation USA, we are back. Episode 106. I have no Sporting Man reference. I've made peace with that. Now that we're into triple digits. This is your host, Adam. I should say one of the hosts. I am Adam. With me is Steve. Steve is here on the knobs for 106.
Hello, Hop Nation USA. If you're like me, then you probably suffer from insomnia. Well, I've got an all-natural remedy for you. Have you tried street fair videos on YouTube?
What are street fair videos?
It's basically just watching people make food in Asian cities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all it is. It's just like an expat wanders around Asian street markets and watches different treats get made.
I could appreciate that.
Yeah. If you're having trouble sleeping, then fall asleep to the sounds of spatulas clanging off griddles and indiscriminate Asian yelling.
Are there videos that are compilations
Oh, yeah.
of just Asian street fair?
There's videos that are like 30 minutes long.
30 minutes of street nachos.
Yeah. Well, not nachos. It's all Asian food.
Well, I've had Asian nachos.
But this is in Asia.
Yeah. It's international. Nachos are everywhere, man.
I don't know that they've got into the Chinese street markets.
Somebody in China has to be making street nachos.
Maybe, possibly. I haven't seen it.
Guess what, Hop Nation? Get at us. Let us know if there's Chinese, Mexican street nachos.
Okay.
That's what I'm cashing this week's plug on.
All right. Put your money on Chinese nachos, Chinese Mexican nachos. It has to be at a Beijing night market or some other remote area. It can't just be like you found somebody in San Francisco that is Asian doing nachos.
No, that don't count.
Do that.
That
don't
does
fly.
not count. Mm-mm. Nope.
Don't fly.
Need to have the long license plates.
I was watching something though. It's like peanut candy.
What is peanut candy?
It was like peanuts that were dipped in caramel. They're all mushed into a ball.
Oh, okay.
And then the vendor just beat the ever-living piss out of all the peanuts until it became a paste.
Oh, so like a peanut butter.
Oh, not a butter, because it was like taffy consistency.
Oh, ooh, yeah. All right.
And then they put a bunch of other crunched up peanuts into it, then rolled it into a roll, and then beat it some more. I don't know. It looked
peanut
awesome.
roll.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
All right. This has nothing to do with beer.
Nah.
But it's good talk.
I was just giving insomnia cures.
All right, fair enough. So we are here to talk about beer, and we have a very special episode. So special, in fact, that we came up with it just before we started recording.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a lie.
On the fly.
Yes. But no.
Seat of the pants.
We are going wheat beers.
Wheat beers.
We haven't done a wheat beer episode in quite some time.
Yeah, we didn't actually come up with the episode theme on the fly, but we are recycling.
Yes, and recycling is good. Steve, you've got the first beer. What are we drinking?
So the first beer of the episode is coming from the Duclaw Brewing Company out of Baltimore, Murderland.
Baltimore, Murderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baltimore, Murderland.
As the kids say.
As the kids say. It's all Mid-Atlantic accents. We're drinking the Funk, which is a blueberry citrus wheat.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
It's an ale with natural flavors. It comes in at 5%.
And I assume the IBUs are nice and low. I don't think they gave it to us.
No, I don't see it.
And that's fine. It's a wheat beer. It's going to be low. That's kind of the point.
But it is made with a blueberry and Meyer lemon.
A Meyer lemon?
Meyer lemon. M-E-Y-E-R.
Lemon.
Meyer.
Meyer. Okay, then.
Made with American wheat. So here we go.
Yes.
Interesting looking beer.
It honestly is awful clear.
Yeah, yeah.
For a wheat beer,
Yeah, it's really clear.
it's surprisingly clear. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot floating around in it, and not a lot.
No,
I mean,
and the head is kind of not weedy either.
Well, it was nice and big and fluffy at first, but
But
then
it went away real quick.
Yeah, it dissipated pretty quickly.
I mean, typically with a wheat beer, you're gonna see a head that kind of sticks around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just asking too much.
Citrus oils.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. If you're gonna have a lot of adjuncts in there, that might be killing the head.
Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, on the color, I was for some reason expecting, like, it says blueberry, so I was expecting something tinged more blue or purple.
I was kind of expecting something like the Rubaeus by Founders,
A little bit,
kind of
yeah.
in that category.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But yeah, no, it just kind of looks like a golden nail.
Yeah.
It's not the.
I mean,
it's not a wacky color.
No, it's still a good looking unit.
I expected wacky color just because the can's all wacky color and it says blueberry. These are my expectations.
Yeah, so come on.
Basically,
You've,
anytime I hear blueberry, I'm expecting a weird color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
So on the nose, it's got blueberry there.
Yeah,
It smells very blueberry.
it does. I get a little bit of that citrus too.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Bit. I'm curious if that is a citrus adjunct or if that's more on the hops that are bringing that citrus.
Both
Both.
them.
Both of them.
Both them.
That's country talk.
Yep. Both them there. On the flavor, you get a lot of blueberry as well.
Yeah. This is, and it seems like it has a little bit of a citrus finish to it.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a citrus finish. It's also not sweet.
No, it is not. And honestly,
yeah.
that's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Was kind of a sugar bomb.
I wasn't expecting that. I was
I
actually
was.
expecting more of a soury.
I was expecting a sugar bomb. I will
Yeah.
admit that.
Well,
But again, that might go back to the packaging.
can go back to the packaging, or it just could go back to the, previous trauma from Wild Blue.
Ugh. I was really hoping that we wouldn't have to dredge that one back up. That is probably one of the worst beers. I shouldn't say worst beers. One of the biggest disappointments I've ever had in a beer. And unfortunately, when I had it, it was back in the old days of, you had to buy a case. So bought it, and it turned into one beer and 23 free ones from my friends.
Nice.
It was bad.
I think I only had it once or twice, and I think it was on tap the first time I had it.
Okay.
It's just such a sugary nonsense.
Not good.
Mess.
Not good. This on the
But it
other
was
hand,
8%, so it got you.
It'll get you where you need to go.
Yeah, that's why I drank it at that time.
This, on the other hand, no, this is a good beer.
Yeah, no, this is a fine drinker. It's not a sugar bomb. And like I was saying, because it says funk on it, and we're in the age of farmhouse and sours, I
Yeah.
was expecting something that had funk to it.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't.
No, it does. It's very pleasant.
Yeah, it's just a nice, pleasant, fruity drinker.
I can dig it.
I can dig it too. I'm about it.
I can dig the funk. Oh, hey, look at that. The can says just dig it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, no shit. All right.
Well, there you go.
Mission accomplished.
Duclaw read your mind, and they set the beer up here.
Son of a bitch. I didn't make that joke on purpose.
Haha. Ha. Yeah, I like it. The finish is a little dry.
It is a bit dry.
Yeah.
It's not what you would typically expect with a wheat beer.
Right. It's not dry in the sense of like some IPAs are, though.
No, and it's nowhere near a brute.
Yeah.
Not even in the same zip code.
No, it's just kind of like dry enough to make me come back for more.
That's how they get you. They just tickle you a little bit. Come back over. Have some more. There's one more sip.
There's more blueberries.
Come on.
There's more blueberries up front. Come on.
Duclaw's your friend.
It's been a while since we've done Duclaw.
It has, and they always they make good stuff. I like what Duclaw's been doing.
Yeah, I think they need to put a little bit more up in our area, but
Yeah, well, so question: Did you pick this up in the state of Pennsylvania?
Nope.
Did you pick this up in the state of Ohio?
Yep.
Okay.
Ohio seems to get better distro for Duclaw.
And I don't know why that is.
I don't know.
That seems weird.
Ohio gets better distro for a lot of stuff that irritates me.
Ohio, I assume they get a lot of the Midwest stuff that Pennsylvania doesn't get.
Yeah, like Three Floyds, which irritates me.
Right. I think it's time for some news, notes, and eat.
Cool.
3 N's.
Cool. I got a couple of little quick locals
Yeah, fire it
we
up.
get into. So last week we were talking about the Abjuration Honeycomb credit.
Yes.
I did a little research, and by research I mean I just asked Dave and Tom. We were talking about we weren't sure what the minimum was to invest in them.
Yeah.
It's $100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
yeah. So unlike, again, harkening back to the modern times investment thing where you had to invest 252,
Right.
you can just do simply 100. And just to catch up, anybody who didn't listen to last week's episode, Abjuration is partnered with Honeycomb Credit, which is a local community bank. It's a funding campaign, but what they're looking to do is seek $20,000 in funding for a minimum,
Okay.
and to help improve their business and pay off past equipment acquisitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're capping the loan at $50,000.
Okay.
So if they reach $50,000, they can they can buy a whole lot more equipment.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how money works.
Yeah. That's how money works. But they have it all tiered out.
Okay.
So you can see where they're going to spend the money when they hit certain goals.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Where exactly would you be able to find this information again?
So you got to go to honeycombcredit.com.
Okay.
And then just click on the live campaigns.
Gotcha.
And it's right there. Honeycomb Credit is, in case you've never heard of it, which I'm assuming many people haven't.
No, it before Abjuration, I had never heard of this outfit.
It's because they are very Pittsburgh local.
Oh.
But they do a lot with funding small business.
Okay. I had no idea it was a Pittsburgh-centric business.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't either till I looked into it.
All right, then.
But yeah, they've worked with other local businesses like bakeries and the Pittsburgh Pickle Company.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
And they make good stuff.
yeah. So they try to back people who give back to the community.
Have you ever had their hot pickles?
No, I actually haven't yet.
You should.
I'll get there.
Yeah. go to the Market District. They got them there.
Oh, okay.
It's worth it.
Okay.
It's a good-ass pickles.
Good ass pickle. Maybe I'll just wait till Pickle Fest in July 20 whatever.
And then not get wedged onto the bridge.
Yeah. Send
And actually move
a
out.
runner.
Yeah, exactly.
Send a runner at Pittsburgh Pickle
I mean,
Fest.
there's got to be somebody that works for Uber Eats that'll go in there and get something for you.
Right. I'll be over Bakersfield. Bring me pickles. Yeah, but we were talking last week. They had already reached, it was like 2,000
Okay.
when we were talking last week.
Yeah.
So at time of recording now, they're up to 7,700.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that is with probably like 40 days left or something like that.
Okay.
Funding, the whole campaign closes June 25th.
Gotcha.
So you have until June 25th to invest. And the interest is 11%. So if you invest $100, you get $138 back.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's damn good.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the time frame is to get that money back. Obviously,
60 month.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's a 60-month term length. So check it out. Abjuration's a really good brewery. You've probably heard them once or twice on this show. You've probably heard us talk about them 15 or so times.
Right. Yeah. we are definitely fans of that brewery.
Yeah,
and Dave and Tom.
They're definitely looking to expand just the amount of barrels they can produce, because they have one of the worst good problems, and that's they can't keep their beer.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, that's my one short one.
Okay.
My other short one is Grist House is celebrating their 5th anniversary.
It's been 5 years already?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
May 25th and 26th. This was written up by our friend Adam Sorma from the Porter Brewery Tours. He did a little article for them on very local Pittsburgh. But yeah, they're...
Oh, I didn't know he worked for very local Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he writes an article.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll
Now
have
you
to
know.
check it out.
He writes an article called ABV.
That makes sense. Well, I'll have to go read it and support.
Yes. But yeah, he did a little write-up for the 5th anniversary, and they're looking on the 25th. They're doing a triple can release.
Okay.
And they're releasing the double Hazadelic Juice Grenade. So the Hazadelic Juice Grenade, but double.
Yeah.
If you know Sam loves that beer.
Oh, yes.
I'm a big fan as well.
I know several people that are a fan of that beer.
Yeah, well, now it's doubled. They're doing Kaboom Candy, is the raspberry passion fruit version.
Ooh.
And then they're doing one of their SIPAs, which is their sour IPAs. It's called the Celebration SIPA, and it is carrot cake inspired.
Carrot cake.
Yeah.
That's wacky.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave that to you and Sam to figure out whether or not that's good.
Because of the SIPA or because of the carrot cake?
Because of the sour part.
Oh, okay.
I do like carrot cake and I do like IPAs.
So you got 2 out of 3 going.
Right.
Because I got 2 out of 3 going because I
Right.
like sours and I like carrot cake.
Right. I feel like Sam might be the one that doesn't like carrot cake.
That sounds right.
Because he doesn't love sweets. So so we'll see.
So between the 3 of us, we'll be able to form some sort of opinion.
Right.
In theory.
In theory. But yeah, we'll see.
So this is a triple can release that was May 25th, 26th?
25th is the triple can release, and then the 26th they've invited 5 out-of-state breweries to come pour.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not a brew fest. They're breweries that are just coming to pour. They haven't announced what breweries.
They're kind of doing like a guest tap kind of thing,
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
but with, tables and...
yeah, it's a celebration.
That's a celebration, bitches.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nice.
They haven't announced which breweries yet, but I'm assuming they're not going to get trash. So,
Well, no, that's homebrew.
well, that's also local.
So-
They said out of state. Yeah, they're not going to get garbage.
No,
They
absolutely
know
not.
beer. Yeah.
No. So I have it's not really news. I guess it's notes, but apparently Untapped, everybody knows Untapped, and if you don't, well, Untapped is a mobile app that you are able to track your beers in terms of consumption, in terms of ratings, in terms of locations, things like that. But it is I would say, probably the preeminent mobile app when it comes to beer.
Mm-hmm.
Rate Beer doesn't really have anything. Beer Advocate doesn't really have anything.
They do. Nobody cares about it.
Exactly. I guess it's the most prominent.
Right.
So, they had their first beer fest, the Untapped Beer Festival in Charlotte.
Interesting.
It was, I think it was last weekend, and apparently they went through some growing pains.
Okay.
And they had it at the Bank of America Stadium.
Okay.
That is the home of the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
They anticipated 10,000 people showing up, which is monstrous.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah, because I think Great American Beer Fest is like 12 to 15.
Right, and that's the biggest.
Yeah, so
over a weekend,
yeah,
and it's very industry focused because it has the awards and there's a lot of things going
Right.
on at GABF.
there's a lot of who's who going
Right.
on there.
Yeah.
I don't know what Untapped had for that in terms of pedigree. I know they had a lot of big breweries, they had a lot of small breweries there, but they had a lot of growing pains that a lot of people were saying should not have happened.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big things, and there was nothing you could do about it, was weather in the area came in while everybody was trying to file into the stadium.
Right on.
In terms of lightning in the area. And unfortunately, what the issue is that the stadium policy is that you can't let anybody into the stadium if there's severe weather.
Oh.
So
So a bunch of people had to stay outside and be wet.
yeah. And the other thing was apparently there were some timing issues for the VIP guests.
Okay.
In so much that breweries were still getting set up. They're still going through their setup process while sessions were starting to begin. Yeah. Yeah. As in breweries were like half hour, 45 minutes, an hour late to opening.
Yeah. I saw that at the Pittsburgh Beer Fest too.
I could imagine that.
Like breweries not showing up and breweries not being ready to go when it was time to go.
Right. Everybody knows what times it starts.
Right. But that's the thing is like if it was not necessarily representatives of the brewery and just volunteers.
True. And that's something you
That's
don't
what
know.
happens.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So anything else?
No,
Toilets flooding.
No, there wasn't anything
Okay.
like that. It wasn't like the Oakland Coliseum where the toilets are, opening inside the locker rooms or anything like that. It was very interesting that even something as large as a 10,000 person festival goes through the same growing pains as you would see in a local beer festival.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the size.
Well, especially because it was their first one, and it's like they've never really done have they ever organized anything like that before?
I don't know of anything that they have.
Yeah.
But to me, there's enough professionals out there that
You'd think somebody
that have done this that in terms of even just the breweries that have been involved or were involved,
Yeah.
somebody there should have said, "Hey, guys, we've done this long enough. We need to do it this way."
Oh yeah, sure.
So it was just found that very interesting.
Okay.
So hopefully they will be back next year, bigger, better, faster, stronger.
I guess I don't care.
I don't wish ill upon anyone.
Yeah,
That's why I'm hoping for good things.
We have so many beer fests that we have to focus on,
right?
That I don't really care about Untaps, because I honestly, the way you're pitching it to me, and it sounds a lot like the All-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been a lot like the All-Star that was in Pittsburgh.
And I don't want to get into details, and I don't want to say something that is incorrect.
All-Star was trash.
Oh no, I have no problem saying that.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about on the Untapped Festival side of things. No, the one that they had at PNC Park, I was highly disappointed in.
Yeah,
it was not a good showing.
Fair enough.
And that's coming from somebody who has been to at least 3 beer festivals.
I've been to at least 3. I know. Right on. Well, if you were at the Untapped Beer Festival, email us at hopnationusa@gmail.com and tell us everything that went wrong and how much you hated it. Or follow us on Twitter at hopnationusa and tell us there. Slide in those DMs. Tell us Untapped is trash. We'll go, yeah.
Or tell us it's the best thing ever.
Or do whatever. I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, just...
Adam will encourage you to do whatever, because he doesn't read all that. I do.
Just somebody talk to us, please. We're lonely.
Let's see. So we were talking. We've been talking local at the beginning, and I want to extend as far as we can with news.
Okay.
I guess as far as I found news.
Okay.
So I found this on the Brewbound website.
Okay. Brewbound.com.
Yes. The Nicaragua Craft Beer Company.
Okay.
The first in the country.
Nice.
Is going to be distributing their Panga Drops Keller Pills to America.
No shit.
Yes, in 12 states.
Are we one of them?
No. But it is Ohio.
Going back, serious?
Yes, going back to Ohio gets better distro.
So the Nicaraguan brewery, are they only sending the one beer?
It looks like it's only the one beer for right now. So they were originally, they had like small limited release in Los Angeles and New York.
Okay.
But now they're expanding it to Arizona, California, Delaware, and the other state that touches us.
So you get both ends of Pennsylvania getting touched.
Right. Florida, Kansas, Kentucky, which we talked about last week, New York, both Carolinas, Oregon, Ohio, and Rhode Island.
How does Rhode Island get into that mix?
I don't fucking know.
I mean, I get a lot of the other ones. Kansas is another one, but...
Yeah, Kansas is another one. It's like, how do you get that? Why you?
Yeah,
there must be like a hub or a shipping hub.
There must... Maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe, but that's... Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's so weird that those are the states that got picked, but those are the states that they're going through. So I looked a little further into why is a Nicaraguan brewery sending us beer.
Money?
Well, yes, money. That's always the driving factor. Always money. But it was actually started by 2 Americans.
Aha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got really mad.
Why?
Well, because from everything I can tell, it looks like 2 Americans went down and started a brewery on the beach.
Oh, shit.
And like I said earlier, this is the first craft brewery in the country. So they have a very open market. They're not fighting with...
Wow. That's a good-ass idea.
Yeah, I even looked on a map. The fucking brewery is 3 blocks from the beach.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so the beer they're sending up, their Keller Pills, it's called Panga Drops. And I looked into what that is. It is named after the surfing spot that's on the beach.
Oh,
that's by the beach that they're near, which is the San Juan de la Sur.
All right.
Yeah. San Juan de la Sur, Nicaragua. Go on down there and check out the Nicaraguan Craft Beer Company and all their damn luck and smart ideas.
Yeah.
Very bitter. Just because it sounds like 2 dudes just like, oh, we know how to go live the best life we can. We're on the beach in a market without...
So what I'm hearing is Nicaraguan Craft Beer Company, if you want to be on the show...
Gotta fly us.
Let us know.
Gotta fly us.
Book us a flight. We'll sleep on the brewery floor.
You can pair up with somebody in Costa Rica. I don't care. They're very close.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Fly us down. We'll bring our equipment. We'll talk to you.
Yeah, sure. We'll check a bag.
Yeah. We'll check a bag.
We'll check a bag with microphones and shit.
Yeah, it's cool. Let us know. Hit us up.
The one thing I did find interesting about that as well is the packaging.
Okay.
They're coming in the 8-ounce pony cans.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they said they did it that way just because they found the beer usually gets warm if you're drinking more than 8 ounces.
Wait. Okay.
Because it's in a can. If it sits in the can...
I guess I get. Well, I mean, if you're on the beach in Nicaragua,
right.
Versus,
you have to remember, this is Central America. This isn't even just like this isn't
Miami.
It's not Miami. It's not San Diego. It's not.
Yeah, this is
hot.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, that makes sense.
This is hot. They're one country away from Panama.
All right then.
Hot.
All right.
Yeah, we also need more listens in Central America.
Yeah.
So I figure I'd bring that up.
Nicaragua, get at us.
Yeah, Nicaragua, get at us. We're talking about you now. Argentina's been killing it for us in South America.
Show them who's boss.
Yeah. We need Central America listeners now.
If you can't win the CONCACAF, at least you can win the Hop Nation thing. So, speaking of things, the Funk.
Yeah.
The Blueberry Citrus Wheat by Duclaw. Yeah, I can dig on it.
Yeah, it's a real drinkable summer beer.
I can see where this would be a good one for drinking on the back porch.
Okay, yeah.
I can see this as a good summer beer.
Yeah. Some reason it doesn't feel like a tailgate beer to me.
No, I would agree with that. To me, this is an early evening relaxer.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not necessarily a grass cutter, but an early evening relaxer.
Fair enough. Yeah, it would go well with your fruit salad brunch, but
yeah,
it's not. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a tailgate beer to me. I just don't feel it like that,
and that's okay.
Yeah, but it's a fine blueberry beer. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly citrusy. It's also not sour or funky. Like it doesn't have any kind of Belgian or farmhouse or saison funk to it.
Right.
So yeah. Works for me.
Yeah, I can dig it.
I drink.
So what do you say we take a break?
Yes.
Get ratcheted up for section 2?
Segment 2 coming up.
Segment. Yeah. Segment, section, session.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Don't call it sessions.
Why not?
Jason will sue us.
Is that? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. All the breaking brews are sessions.
Yeah, you're right. Guess we can't do that.
Yep.
Sorry, Jason.
Get sued.
I'll stop that. I don't want to step on any toes. All right, we'll be back.
Bye. Join us May 11th for the 3rd annual North Hills Homebrew Fest at the Pittsburgh Shrine Center Picnic Pavilion.
Homebrewers from around the area will be featuring their best beers for you to taste while competing for the grand prize of having their beer brewed and served at Penn Brewery.
The event will feature raffles, auctions, painting with a twist,
food from Vagabond Tacos and Oakmont Barbecue,
a live homebrewing demo by Kegel Brewing,
and a live podcast by us, Hop Nation USA.
Tickets are $35 for VIP, $25 for general admission, and only $5 for designated drivers.
Proceeds go to benefit the Shriners. Purchase tickets, or if you're a homebrewer, get your entry form at SiriusShriners.org. Just click on the events tab, and we'll see you on the 11th. Yeah, we're back. It's 1:06. Let's drink beer.
Yeah, you gotta do. I mean, if you're gonna come in with that kind of shitty radio voice, you might as well be like, "You're on the HNUSA 106.5."
We'll get you hopped up.
Or 0.2, because this is segment 2.
But not session 2.
Yeah. Get hopped up with 106.2.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to do that. So
all
we're talking wheat beers.
Radio boy. Woo woo.
No, maybe. I don't know. If we get this more listens, I'll do it.
I don't know. I'll shell out. I don't care.
It's fine. Whatever.
It's Adam and Hop Farts in the morning.
Hop Farts? we gonna
A-Dog and Big Steve.
It's going to prank call Orox and ask when their wheat beer comes out. That's awful.
Yeah. Oh, wow. We can do prank calls, though. We can just call people and be like, you got Prince Albert in a can? Because they're canning.
Is there a Prince Albert beer? There has to be.
Probably has to be.
Somebody has done that simply for that joke.
Right, yeah. Simply for the joke that they have Prince Albert in a can. Who fucking did it?
Let me go to...
Which one of you?
Who is the person? Let me see here.
Who's in trouble?
So, Tuatura Brewery, they have made one.
Tuatura?
Tuatura, they're out of New Zealand.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's not them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then Krostein, they made one. They're out of Nebraska.
Okay.
They have a Prince Albert. I don't know if it's in a can. It should be.
It has to be. Like, you can't. Don't be so dumb to half-ass it.
Well, it might be.
Okay.
Sorry, my dude.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have been just on tap.
Ugh.
So cross strain. Oh, it's cross strain.
Cross strain.
Cross strain.
Okay.
They spelled it weird.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they don't have Prince Albert in a can. So let's call them.
They have Prince Albert on tap.
All right, let's talk about the beer that we have in front of us.
Come on down to the Cow Danny Fair. We've got Prince Albert in a can. We've got chicken fights. You fight the first chicken, you fight the second chicken, you get up on the third, and you go home with a tractor on the day.
I totally forgot about that. Oh, that's the best.
That's all I can think about when you said it was New Zealand. I know that's Australia, but
I don't
just
care.
Like, it's the same accent. It doesn't matter. Take that, both of you.
Your flags are the same, too.
Ha
All right, we're talking beer. We're talking wheat beers. This one is...
We've got wheat beers. We've got...
God awful. So, Harpoon. That's who we're talking.
Mm-hmm. We've done them before previously.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's one of their UFO beers.
Okay.
The UFO is kind of ubiquitous when it comes to the wheats and the wits.
Right.
So, this is the UFO Big Wit.
Ah.
A subtly citrusy and boldly spiced, unfiltered wheat beer.
Okay.
What?
Oh, never mind.
I was going to say 6.8.
Yeah.
26 IBUs.
Okay. That's actually not as big as I was expecting.
No, I was
expecting an 8.
Well, there is an 8. It's just after the point.
Boo.
It's there.
Okay.
I could show you if you want.
No, it's fine. But when you say Big Wit, I'm expecting like an 8.5 wheat beer.
Right.
Go big.
Yeah.
Go big. Is there a bigger wit?
I assume.
Okay.
I don't know.
I assume. I just assume. I don't know. I don't want to wish anything bad. I just want to drink the beer.
Yeah,
just let me pour the beer, please.
Don't make me do things.
Come on, see Greg at the kissing booth. Kisses are $1. Kids kiss for free.
So weird.
We've got Jim Jeffries.
Oh shit, that's a tall pour. Here, you get to drink all of this. It looks like the last one, except it doesn't have any head on it.
Yeah, there's like no head on this beer.
What the hell?
What the frig? Yeah, also, it is a little lighter in color.
A skosh. We
also did change the lighting, so it might...
That is true. Between segments, I did have to change the light bulb.
So, yeah.
Here in Hop Nation Central, also known as my dining room?
Yeah, it's your dining room.
I guess that's what you call this area?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I know you're used to eating your get-go on the couch, but...
That is very true, yes. Sometimes I'll upgrade and get Moe's on the couch.
Ooh.
Yes. Wow. That's payday.
Ooh. But yeah, this beer, though, is it's pretty clear.
Mm-hmm. No head.
And it's a straw color.
Honestly, it smells a bit more fruity than the last one, which was supposed to have fruit in it.
Maybe I wasn't listening. Did you say that there was like orange in this one? There's usually orange peel.
Yeah, I think there's orange and I think coriander and
it's coriander. Let's see. They added lots of coriander and white pepper.
Yes, the white pepper. You got to have that.
And then we threw in extra orange peel. Okay, so yes, there is supposed to be orange peel. Right. So that's what you're smelling.
That's
orange peel.
Yes, not the white pepper.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm not getting much is like spice.
No, and I don't think that's the point of this beer.
It smells like fruity citrus.
Which is fine.
Yeah, we drink, we find out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
The one thing that I will give it credit for is it does have a very wheaty mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Which is a really pretentious thing to say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it
mm-hmm.
does.
Mm-hmm.
But it does. It has a very full mouthfeel. It's very, I can't say pillowy.
No, it's not pillowy. It's not.
But it's very, very wheaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've had any other wheat beers in your past, this is a wheat beer. And it's very obvious that it's a wheat beer.
Right.
It just tastes, it has that wheatiness. It's not a caramel malt in any way. I'm not getting much in the way of the adjuncts that they're talking about.
No, the only way you got that on the sip was when you had your nose right there.
Yeah.
And you smelled it. That was it.
Yeah. You get orange on the nose. I don't taste any coriander or white pepper, so there's like zero like spicy tinge to it.
But to their credit, they did not advertise that on the label.
Yes, they did. It says, and then we added lots of coriander and white pepper. They said lots.
They did say lots. I'll give you that.
Don't say lots if it don't taste like.
So, but they didn't put it in the name.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I was driving at. Was they didn't put it in the name. They didn't slather it all over the label. They just put it on the back.
Yeah, it's not pepper wit.
Right, exactly. It's not a pepper wit. It's not a citrus wit. It's not, orange explosion in your face and then somebody throws pepper there.
Yeah, they didn't call it the Big O wit, which would be Big Orange Wit. Right. That's how you label that.
Right. Or BO for short. UFO BOW. This Saturday at Jurgles.
Gross. Stupid. Gross and stupid.
Grouped?
Yeah, I feel upset and I don't know how to express myself. I don't know, yeah.
Was it the Jurgles joke?
Yes.
Okay. Again, with the hyper-local humor.
Right. Well, speaking of hyper-local, we're going to talk local-ish.
Yes.
To Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yes. We watched a movie.
Hooray!
Hooray! So, we watched a movie called Poured in PA.
Yes, and I must say we watched it separately.
Yeah. Yeah.
On our own due time in our respective houses.
We both own Prime accounts.
Yes. Thank God for that.
And that's why we watched it, because now it's on Prime. We're lazy.
Also true, yes.
Yeah, we're lazy. We don't like paying for things.
We're millennials.
We're millennials. But we didn't steal it. We did watch it on Prime, so whatever numbers they get off that, they got to receive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Legit.
But yeah, we watched the movie Poured in PA, and the movie itself is basically what everything's in the title. It's a movie about beer in Pennsylvania.
Yes. Yes, and it covers the big boys down to the little guys.
Pretty much.
Which is one thing I appreciated about the film.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it took me a little bit to get a handle on the film because it goes everywhere.
It does. There was no set narrative. It seemed like a lot of pieces put together, which they were fine pieces, but there didn't seem to be a running narrative through the whole thing.
Not really, no. The narrative is Pennsylvania, come visit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But once you kind of figured out what their deal was, yeah, it was a good film.
Yeah, once I got the handle of like how they're going to structure it, because like you said, there's no running narrative. So like usually when you watch a documentary, there's some sort of running narrative, but rather there's just like a lot of little stories throughout this, and then there also, because I'm thinking like there's the other documentary that was Blood, Sweat, and Beers, I believe.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, and it focused on just 3 breweries.
Gotcha.
And one of them was Brew Gentleman, and then 2 other ones. It wasn't a Pennsylvania only,
it
but
just
Brew Gentleman,
Brew
Gentleman were part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Poured in PA, we say they go everywhere with their little stories. They also go everywhere across the state.
Yes.
Like I can't. Maybe the little space between Erie and the Poconos, up in that north center,
so
is the only unrepresented area.
They touched on it very, very briefly with Straub. Straub was mentioned in passing.
They mentioned Straub, yeah.
So they got that corner a little bit, but yeah, they hit obviously Philly and Pittsburgh, and they spent a lot of time in those areas. And considering the populations there, that makes sense,
right?
But they hit areas like Williamsport, Erie. They got up in the Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. They got in the State College. They got into Allentown. They hit all the pockets.
Right.
And not only that, they got into small breweries that don't even have a town, a city associated with them. They got into the towns and the villages and things like that. And that's what I appreciated.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the quote unquote normal Pennsylvania breweries that you hear and see all the time.
Right.
So there were some breweries I had never heard of.
There was one I hadn't heard of. I think it was Zero Day.
I had never heard of them.
Yeah, I'd never heard of Zero Day, but I think they're out towards Philadelphia or no, they're Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had never heard of them, but I was like, oh, hey, that's kind of cool.
Right.
There's a place to check out that I haven't.
Exactly.
I've never heard of. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I've heard of most of the breweries featured, and it was cool to see the ones that like I've had beer from Otto's before.
Yes.
But I've never seen anybody from Otto's talk about their beer or what their operation's like.
Who is the person behind the beer?
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's kind of that's the overarching thing that you get to see is you get to meet pretty much everybody who's behind beer in Pennsylvania.
Right. One of the things that was interesting was how they worked with the Yingling story. That's how they started the movie, but they didn't lean on it too much.
And I was kind of thankful for that. And
Me too.
I think a lot of other people might be happy about that. However you feel about Yingling and their role in craft beer, like it's a story you can't ignore.
Exactly. They are America's oldest brewery.
Yeah.
You have to include them in this story.
Right.
No matter what.
Right. And that's the other thing is they serve as the, I don't want to say end point for breweries, but they serve as like the pinnacle of what you can achieve. You can become the biggest craft beer producer according to the Brewers Association's definition of craft brewery.
Right.
You know, you can achieve all these things in Pennsylvania, and then that's what, when you look at the smaller breweries, you know, they had that way paid for them by Yingling, whether you like Yingling or not, whether you agree with Dick Yingling and his politics, you know.
That's a whole other story. We're not going to get
all
into
that aside. But thankfully, they didn't lean too much on Yingling in the movie,
right,
to like really annoy people with that. I think.
And the other thing was they didn't completely ignore them either.
No, because you can't.
No,
it's too big.
That was one thing that I was kind of afraid of, that they would just sort of ignore it because they're one of the quote unquote big guys.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean they're the biggest craft beer producer, and they're the reason PA is the biggest beer producer of all 50
absolutely.
states. Of all 50
yeah,
states, yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Trogs puts out a lot, but
yes,
don't think they put out as much as Yingling.
No,
Yingling, they don't.
They got that hands down.
Yeah, I know. I know the artisanal conglomeration between Victory and Southern Tier.
The ABV.
Yeah, I know they put out a lot, but that also goes across 3 states and.
Wait, 3 states?
Yeah, 6 Point.
I thought they were out of Brooklyn.
New York.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid. Although it could be 3 states.
How do you figure?
Because they did open, I think they opened something in South Carolina or Virginia.
South Point.
Yeah.
South Point. 6 Point.
No. I mean, they just have a conglomeration brewery.
Oh. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. The way we have a Pittsburgh brew pub, they have something in the South that it isn't in Pennsylvania.
It is in Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte, North
As a
Carolina.
matter of fact, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it is 3 states. I'm back to winning.
Loophole.
Loophole. I win. They brew in Charlotte. Haha. Fuck you. I win.
But yeah, once the narrative got established, it was a good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I guess that was like kind of the big criticism for me. So for other people who watch this movie, I would suggest this movie for anybody who is living in PA and kind of wants like a high level overview of, you know, what beer's like in PA and you don't really know about it, or if you're outside of PA,
yes,
and you want to know what our beer scene's
you're
like.
curious what it,
yeah,
you know, what's good, what's bad,
right. If you want to, if you want that, for me, I was looking for something a little more in depth, just because I felt like they glossed over a lot of stuff really quickly.
Yeah.
Like when they got into the section about how weird and stupid our laws are, I wanted more on that.
I did too, because there is a lot of weird and stupid stuff.
Yeah.
You know, our blue laws are ridiculous.
Our laws are so fucky.
Yes. Yes. I would say Puritan laws.
Yeah. Yeah. They're based on Quaker and Puritan laws to begin with. And like, they're so goofy and weird. And I wanted more on that.
I did too. And that was something that I didn't even think about when I started the movie. But once they broached that topic, it's like, oh, they're gonna get in some good stuff here.
Yeah,
give me more.
Yeah,
and then it didn't.
And I half wonder if maybe they didn't get too deep into that, because lately our laws have been changing very quickly.
And that was something that they had mentioned was within the course of a year, it went from you have to buy a case of 24 to then you could go down to 12, and then a few months later you could get down to a 6-pack in singles.
Right, and there was days where you couldn't, like the olden days, the dark days,
right,
where you couldn't walk out with more than 120 ounces or something. You know? Yeah. So, yeah, things have been changing. So maybe they didn't want to, get too deep into that and have that become not evergreen content.
Right. To
put it in the parlance of our podcasting friends.
Yes. And that was something else, talking about evergreen content, that they went outside the breweries as well. They went to the maltsters. They went to the hop farms, not the brewery, the actual hop farms.
Right.
Although they probably should have done that too.
I think that was some of my other favorite content that they put in there was going to the monsters and to the hop farm. Just because I think that's something I don't see a lot of.
You have no reason to.
Right. Yeah. I have no reason to, so I don't get into that much, but it is something that's coming up in our area a lot. So they're featuring Deer Creek as a maltster, but just even recently, I don't know if CNC in Butler was open when this film was being made.
Right, I don't know that.
Yeah, but now CNC is open, so we are getting more and more maltsters to get that craft malt.
Right. It was nice that they had the ingredients from that perspective, and they also had the perspective from the Department of Agriculture, the State Department of Agriculture, that they had that perspective as well, and they recognized, hey, this is an up and coming sector. You know, we're making money off of this.
Yeah,
we're helping the economy. This is a good thing.
Yeah, it really is. It showcases how it's not just barbacks and brewers that are getting jobs out of this. Right. We actually have farming going into it.
Yes.
And I appreciate that kind of farming because we waste so much fucking food and corn.
Yeah.
Like, let's replace that with something that's going to get used.
Right.
I'll drink all the damn barley. I don't care.
It'll be earmarked. Trust me.
Let's stop burning silos of corn, or maybe just throw it into a mash. Right. Either one.
Yeah.
Pick. Just pick.
just
pick.
Just let us know.
Yeah. Just stop wasting.
So yeah, I thought it was a good film. There obviously with any film, there's going to be some tweaks.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. But they sure as hell made a better film than what I could have.
Fair enough. You know, from a filmmaking perspective, being that I have a degree in it.
True. You actually have the right to make these.
Yeah. I haven't made a film in forever. I just make commercials, but
that's fine.
If I were to be a little nitpicky and introduce what we learned in school, which was called the compliment sandwich.
Yes.
That's where you start with something good, and then
something to work on.
Something to work on, and then something good. You end with something good. I do want to remark how really well shot it was.
Yes.
It's definitely shot on top end gear. It looks very nice. You have great cheesecake shots.
Cheesecake shots?
Yeah, cheesecake shots of just you get the one shot that stuck out to me was they were panning past this towering pallet of East End Big Hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got
that's a good, it's a good cheesecake shot of that.
I want that. Give me that.
It's just oh, look at all that beer. It's so good. But if I had to mention something to work on, the B-roll was a little off for me at times.
Okay.
It seems like they were showing images that didn't quite match up with the narrative that was being told.
Example.
One that kind of stuck out to me, and I guess it wasn't maybe something that was as clear, but they were talking about education in PA and how a number of colleges have been opening up brewing courses where you can learn to become a brewer. During that time, the B-roll was showing, I think they were students. And that's why it wasn't clear to me. It was showing students on a bottling and canning line.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
And to me, my thought was, okay, they must have a facility at the college,
right?
And that's part of their lab.
Yeah,
that was the conclusion I came up with.
And I guess if I were trying to show that, I would have showed students in classroom learning, or in the actual lab that they have. Yeah, not doing grunt work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not that, it's not an important part.
So my counterpoint to that would be that would be part of the education that the brewers of Pennsylvania would be looking for, is to be able to run a canner, to be able to go through the packaging, and all that stuff, and understand how that equipment works. So to me, that made sense.
It didn't for me. And that it being as a person that worked in a mill, who was trained on to produce PVC out of a $5 million German piece of technology. Yeah. I didn't go to college for that.
Was it called the Krauthammer?
No, unfortunately not.
Can we call it the Krauthammer?
No, there's no hammer involved.
I don't care.
There's knives involved. But yeah, for me, I just feel like you don't need to go to college to learn a canner. You need to go to college to learn chemistry. You need to go to college to learn, proper brewing techniques and things like that. So I just felt like maybe they should have showed that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But on the flip side of that, to end my compliment sandwich.
Yes.
Back to what they were filming, as far as the breweries and seeing all the operations. like the inside track of seeing everything, all the different breweries, all the way, different sizes.
Yeah.
Because you got to see like I believe you got to see like the bottling and canning lines for like Yards and North Country. Like North Country seems like they have a real nice operation, a little big open space, and they have like giant pallets looming over everybody of their canned beers. And everything looks good. But then you see like the smaller operations, people are all like crammed shoulder to shoulder with their tanks.
Right, exactly. It was a very intimate space.
Yeah. So yeah, they definitely did a good job with like when you're featuring what breweries. But again, just like sometimes some of the B-roll didn't match.
That's fair.
Like they were, somebody was talking, but they were showing B-roll of another brewery. It's like,
right.
But yeah,
I didn't have a problem with that. I did have one issue, and that was actually with the I guess you would call it the nameplates of the subtitles. I don't know what you call them.
You can call them chyrons.
Chyrons, okay.
Yeah, but nameplates are fine.
Yeah. So what they would have the person they were interviewing, and then right below they would have where they were from. Usually the brewery and then the brewery's location. I have a 55-inch TV.
Yeah.
I had to sit up and squint every time a name came up to figure out what brewery and what city it was coming from. It was not. It didn't work.
Yeah. Okay.
Now this is obviously getting into the minutia and has nothing to do with the story.
Right.
But it was a little distracting.
It's still when it's information that you can't read, that is distracting.
Right. And that is getting into the nitpicks.
Yeah. I was sitting closer, so I didn't really have.
Gotcha.
Like I was in my office, just sitting in my chair watching my TV, so it was fine.
I like to think that you had a big beer and you were eating pork rinds.
No, I haven't had pork rinds in a long time.
I could go for some pork rinds.
I was drinking the Boulder Irish Blessing.
I was drinking a homebrew.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
And I actually made it. I actually made it about halfway through the film, and I realized, wait a minute, I'm not drinking a beer. Why am I not drinking a beer?
Should be drinking a beer with this.
This is stupid.
Yeah.
Pause.
So you drank a homebrew, and I was drinking not a PA beer.
So. Way to support. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a very good film. Highly enjoyable. To me, one of the fun things for me was all the breweries that I know and have been to. All the folks that
all the
we've
people you
talked
did
to.
recognize. Yeah.
Right. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I've drank that beer. I've been in that brewery space.
Right.
Oh, all that stuff. That was kind of like watching the Batman movie that was filmed in Pittsburgh,
right?
And checking all the spots around town. It's kind of like that for me.
Yeah, it's the same. It was really cool seeing all that stuff. And like I said, I definitely suggest it for anybody who's looking to travel to PA,
yes.
Or if they're, if you haven't seen like a beer documentary per se. Everything on this is very high level.
Yes.
So they don't get much into beer making, but you get into like stories. You get into how PA helps, like we've already mentioned, with education, agriculture. You get into, charity. They featured the Harris family brewery.
Yes, I really like that part.
I've met those guys at Fresh Fest. Those guys are cool.
And I assume they'll be back again this year.
Yeah, they should be back this year. And then just to explain what we're talking about, Harris family brewery is going to be the first black-owned and operated brewery in PA.
Yes.
So they were focusing on them because at the time of filming they didn't have a space yet, but they've secured space, and I believe it's supposed to be open at the end of 2019. Right. And they were also talking to Stouts.
Yes, with their head brewer.
Yeah, and she was the first female craft brewer and owner. I think overall.
I think in the United States.
Yeah, in the United States, but also first in PA. Right. But yeah, she has been brewing since the 90s.
Yeah, you could
Stouts has been around forever.
you could tell that she had seen it all. She's seen the boom, she's seen the bust.
You can tell that they get into like craft beer booms and busts with some of the older breweries, because like Trogs has been around forever, and Stouts, like we said, have been around forever. So they've seen everything come and go. Yeah. And it's very interesting. It's like I said, it's all high level. So if you're like really deep into PA beer mythology, it might not be for you.
Although it might be, because
you might just like seeing everybody.
Well, there's that too. But for me, there was some stories from breweries I had never heard of and things like that, or breweries I don't want to say forgot about, but have always this sort of never been at the forefront, like Sprague Farms, up towards Meadville.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I've had their beers before, and they make good beer, but I've never seen them because they don't distribute down here.
Right.
So they were never at the forefront. And when I saw them in the film, I was like, oh, that's right. I gotta go check these guys out again. Yeah, I gotta go back.
You gotta go back.
So it was a good reminder. Hey.
Yeah. Sprague Farms is still around.
Right, exactly. I need to go.
All I wanted to do was pet the cat.
Yeah, that was a good shot. I did like that shot.
It's a good cat. It's a good film. Check it out. Especially because I can't really think of any other beer documentaries out there aside from the one that I mentioned about blood, sweat, and beers. I don't think any other states have, these kind of pump up, It is a bit of a tourism.
To a degree, yeah.
It is a bit of a tourism, come visit PA. But
that's
it's
okay.
good for you. It's good for you if you want to come visit PA. Check it out.
Yeah, we got good beer.
Yeah. I mean, that's even something they bring up in the documentary that, beer tourism is a thing now. Mm-hmm. So check it out. I can vouch for the majority of the breweries in the film and say, yeah, they're pretty good. So
they will have something that you will like.
Yeah. Come to Pittsburgh. Check out Dancing Gnome and East End. Those are our big ones. That's where we got featured for the most.
Well, Brew Gentleman was there.
Brew Gentleman was there too, yeah.
Yeah. I saw some shots for Grist House in there.
Yeah.
Southern Tier had some stuff there.
Yeah, Southern Tier, I don't know. I don't claim them.
They're in a weird spot.
Yeah, they're New York. They brew here, but they're from New York. Mm-hmm. But you can check them out because Victory, whatever. Check it all out.
I feel they're kind of like a Canada. Where they're like real
Pennsylvania's
close.
hat.
Right.
Yeah.
They're real close, and you don't have anything against them.
No.
But they're not quite fully
integrated.
Ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way Buffalo has the people from Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I still like them.
Yeah. They're
I
good
like
people.
Southern Tier. I like the stuff they brew on site here in Pittsburgh.
I like everything they brew mostly.
So let's get back to this Big Wit UFO by Harpoon. Yeah, good beer.
It's all right.
I had no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I felt like we've had better wit beers on the show.
But we've had worse.
I've had better wit beers in my life. There's one I've had in the past that I have not had in a long time, and it was by Church Brew Works.
Okay.
Borden, PA.
Nicely done.
But it really focused on the peppercorn.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I want more wits that focus on the pepper, on the spicy.
Well, then make it happen.
I want more of those.
Go talk to the folks at, I don't know, any brewery here in Pittsburgh. They'll help you out.
Make Steve peppercorn beers.
Yeah.
Make for Steve.
Yeah. Hey, breweries in PA. Somebody set Steve up with a peppercorn wit beer.
Help. Help.
All proceeds go to Steve.
That's right. Money goes to you. Beer goes to me.
Everybody wins.
Help.
All right. Let's take a break. We'll come back segment 3. New beer. New content. New you. Okay.
Live your best life.
Had a drink about an hour ago. Fell somewhere by the table, or maybe the floor.
Hey, we're the girls from the Despair and Distress podcast. We sit around drinking, talking about things that creep us out.
That is if we can get past our wildly inappropriate banter. We may not have our facts in order, but we sure have fun trying.
So if you're interested in hearing about things you wish you hadn't, then maybe swing by iTunes, Podbean, etc. and give your earbuds a nice little tickle with our podcast.
But be warned, if you came here for true facts, you're gonna be out of luck.
You can also find us on Twitter at beer_dis.
Or the Twitter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's segment 3. It's time for us to drink another beer.
Another beer.
It's another wheat beer.
Another wheat beer.
And this time we're having ourselves a Hefeweizen.
Okay. Can do.
Yes, because the first one was a wheat beer. The second one was a wit. This
Right.
one's a Hefeweizen.
All made with wheat, though.
Yes.
Check that out.
How cool is that?
We did it. So, yes, the third beer of the evening is coming from the Ship Bottom Brewery, and it's the Beach Patrol Hefeweizen Ale.
The pride of New Jersey.
Yes. It's from Beach Haven, New Jersey. It's a 5.2% Hefeweizen.
Nice.
Comes in a nice can.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah. It evokes imagery of beaches. Looks fun. And it's supposed to have aromas and flavors of clove and bananas.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Really stretching with that. The old Hefeweizen that smells and tastes like clove and bananas? You don't fucking say.
Well, let's get this in the glass, because I do like me a good Heffy, and I hope this is a good Heffy.
Hopefully it actually does live up to that, because, man, they really look like assholes if it didn't even...
I know, right? Oh, yeah.
There, now you happy? This is pouring this out. This is all Hefeweizen territory.
Yeah, there it is.
Big old fluffy head, cloudy as a mug.
Yeah, nice and light looking.
Yeah, it's like pale straw light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this looks all kinds of Hefeweizens.
Kind of smells like it, too.
Yeah. A little banana-y on the
Banana-y.
Banana.
Yeah. It's a Heffy.
You did it. Hooray, shit bottom. Oh, we got a taste, but...
Yeah, so far so good.
Man, it would really fuck you up if it tasted like the tort.
Oh, what would you do?
I'd still probably drink it, but, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be like a strongly worded letter.
Dear shit bottom.
What happened?
What are you doing here?
You got like all the way up to the finish line, and then it didn't taste like a Hefeweizen. Hey, there you go. That's a Hefeweizen.
It's a Heffy.
They did it.
Yay, good job.
Actually, yeah, they did a pretty good job on this, though. We're being... I don't know.
We're being silly.
We're being silly about it.
We don't have to be silly, because actually, yeah, shit bottom, they're making a good Heffy here.
Yeah, it
I
really,
like it.
yeah, it's a good Heffy. It's a good representation of the style.
Mm-hmm.
It is light and easy drinking. I would crush a bunch of these on a beach if you're allowed to drink on the beach.
And I like to think that you can if you just put it in a sippy cup.
Yeah, if you hide it,
It's my sports drink, I swear.
right. You just got to find ways to hide your cans.
Yeah,
That's all.
It's fine. Just bury them.
Right.
Bury your can like an adult.
Bury your can, put a straw in it.
Mm-hmm.
I know, drinking out of a straw ain't.
Get a nice straw so you can take back home.
Yeah.
So, let's sip on this a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And whilst we do that, let's have more silly, fun, good times.
Mm-hmm. Do the stupid segment 3 stuff.
Yes. So, what we're going to do is, a few weeks ago, we had talked about how Brewery Umagong is going to be shutting down their Game of Thrones series.
Yeah, that's right, because Game of Thrones is shutting down.
Yes.
It's not like they just pulled out and said, well, yeah, we're out.
We're done.
Although they might have been after that coffee cup incident.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't care.
I wanted it to be not a mistake.
Oh, are you going for like a M. Light Shamalama Ding Dong angle where all of a sudden, guess what? It was in the hills of Oregon.
Or it was cosplay the entire time.
Oh, God, that'd be so awesome.
That'd be so awesome.
Oh, screw everybody.
Yeah, just fuck everyone with that ending, because there's no book to, there's no book to back it up, to say how it ends.
Right.
They're flying by the seat of their pants. If they just went the route of like, oh yeah, this was an alternate timeline, or this was, this was cosplay the entire time, just the imagination of a boy.
Oh, God, that'd be so awesome.
Named Jamie Lannister or whatever. I don't watch the show enough, but...
No, I'm like in the Dynasty ending, where who was the guy that was
Patrick
in
Duffy?
Patrick Duffy, the Patrick Duffy ending.
Yeah.
Where it's all just a dream.
Yep.
And he's standing in the shower in the last episode. That'd be fantastic. Yes. I want that to happen.
I wanted it, but apparently HBO has already gone back and corrected the episodes. So it wasn't,
Jerks.
Yeah.
Bunch of jerks.
I know. Fuck them.
Should play for the Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes eliminated the Capitals, so you can't be mad at them.
No, are you not familiar with that? With how they're a bunch of jerks? Because earlier in the season, Don Cherry, obviously you know who Don Cherry is.
Right, I know Don Cherry.
Yeah, Don Cherry called the Carolina Hurricanes a bunch of jerks.
Oh.
Because they were doing post-game celebrations on home ice after wins. They do like some small organized thing, like they do a limbo or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Or, like the skull clap or something like that. And Don Cherry got on his high horse and decided that they were a bunch of jerks for trying to have some fun. Mm-hmm. So the Hurricanes turned it around and completely embraced it. Like T-shirts and everything.
Leaned into it,
They leaned into
Absolutely.
it. So
that's what you have to.
Yeah, so they're a bunch of jerks.
Oh, okay.
All the way to the Eastern Conference Finals so far.
I
hope they smoke the Bruins.
Yeah, Bruins have been playing dirty.
Yeah. Marchand sucks.
I've been in and out with hockey, obviously, since the Pens have been eliminated.
Right,
so.
right. It's weird watching hockey and keeping your heart rate down the whole time and just enjoying the game.
No, playoff hockey, and I'm not screaming or punching anything.
Right, exactly. It's weird, but I don't like it enough to experience it next year.
Right.
Yeah.
I get you.
Get me the near heart attacks.
I get you.
Yeah, with the pens going all the way.
Depends either stay in or I'm going to find some basketball.
Right. I'm not going to go that far.
All right. But anyway, back to what we were about to do, off our little tangent.
Yeah.
We had mentioned how Omagong is wrapping it up, and we were talking about how no other breweries really have kind of a marketing scheme like this, where they pair up with a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to take it upon ourselves to do a little help for other breweries, because other breweries need to learn how to differentiate themselves in this hyper-local market. That's what you say now. You have to pivot, differentiate, pivot again.
And now all I can think of is Ross from Friends with the couch. Pivot. Okay, all right.
They watch Friends.
Well, somebody saw that show and they were laughing their ass off at that joke.
Sam watched it.
There you go. Hey, Sam,
might
laugh your ass off when you listen to this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But what we're going to do now is we're going to become SEO gurus or whatever and pitch some shows and some beers.
Yes.
So would you like to go first?
I would like to go first.
Okay.
And the show that I am going to angle off of is the Netflix series Glow.
Mm-hmm.
Glow, of course, is a show based in the 1980s that follows a small independent wrestling, I guess you would call it, outfit, organization.
Yeah, it's a wrestling promotion.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. But it is an all-women's wrestling promotion.
Yes.
The Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Yeah.
Glow. Yes. It stars Allison Brie, Mark Maron, a couple other people that I can't think of.
Off the top of your
Off
head.
the top of my head. Yes. But it is based in Los Angeles in the 80s, so that's a gold mine in and of itself.
Pretty much. So I haven't watched the show, but I know what it's about because we're both wrestling fans, so it's obviously something that's come into our airspace.
Yes.
we know about old women's promotions and things like that.
Yes.
So you're talking Los Angeles is where it's set. Is that a brewery in that area? Is where you're looking to pitch to?
No.
Okay.
I am actually. I'm going to go outside of California for this one.
Okay.
I'm actually going to Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm going to pitch to the Able Baker Brewing Company.
Okay.
The reason that we were going to Las Vegas is because Glow actually existed back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a completely fabricated promotion.
Oh yeah. I thought we made that clear, but yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So I am now making that clear.
Yeah. Now it's double clear.
Yes.
It was real.
It's
don't
crystal
happen.
clear. Yes. But this is it is based off of an all-female promotion back in the 80s, and Glow was actually based in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Which is where Able Baker is based out of. So just giving a bit of an homage to the original.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know the original promotion was based in Vegas. I thought the original promotion was in Los Angeles.
No, the original promotion was in Las Vegas. The show is based in Los Angeles.
Right. Okay.
So
I get you. I'm there.
Pitching to Able Baker has been an homage to the original promotion.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going with.
Right on.
So the first beer that we are going to have is, of course, the Zoya the Destroyer.
Okay.
That is Allison Brie's wrestling character, known as Zoya the Destroyer.
Okay.
And that, of course, will be a Russian Imperial Stout. So it is going to be a beer that is served in a small taster, but is going to have a huge punch.
Right on.
It's going...
in the show, does she play like a Russian character that's...
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
That just sounds Russian, though. The name, Zoya the...
Zoya the Destroyer is a Russian character.
Okay.
However, the actress that plays Zoya...
That's what I meant. I didn't mean like Allison Brie's character was Russian. I just meant like her wrestling
in the ring,
gimmick.
She is a Russian.
Okay, yeah. Okay, right on.
Too many
it's
here.
meta. It's meta because she's an actress, but she's playing another character. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
she's an actress playing a role.
Okay, I get it.
Dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm there.
So Zoya the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Russian Imperial.
She plays a Russian heel. I'm guessing.
Bingo.
I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
There's no way, like in the 80s, if you were a foreigner, there's no way you weren't a heel.
Correct.
Especially Russian.
Correct. Yes. And they address that in the show very nicely. I won't give any spoilers on that one.
That's fine. I haven't seen the show, so don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Get there.
Yeah, and anything I give here is not going to be a spoiler for anybody who has not watched the show yet, although I do recommend it. So the next one is going to be The Ringmaster.
Okay.
And this one is
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No. This one is an homage to the character Keith.
Okay.
Keith is the referee inside the ring.
All right, on.
He is also the husband of one of the wrestlers.
Uh-huh.
So what's interesting with Keith's character is he is, cool under pressure.
Uh-huh.
He's a smooth guy. So of course we're gonna give him a smooth drinking toasted lager.
Yeah.
We don't have to go big because he's kind of a subtle guy. He's not a main character, but when he's there, he takes the spotlight a little bit.
Plus, in general, referees aren't meant to be flashy or stand out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be kind of in the background. And toasted lagers are kind of like that. They have a little bit of a flash.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of like this would be kind of like the little Nate.
Okay. And Charles Robinson.
Yeah, little Nate.
Or for more independent wrestling fans, Bryce Remberg.
Ooh, okay.
Bryce Remberg is probably the best referee on the independent circuit.
Okay.
He sticks out a bit, but he's very entertaining.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Gotcha. The next one that we're going to have is the Sylvia's Dream.
Okay.
Sylvia is the character played by Mark Maron.
Mm-hmm.
He is the director of the show, the genius behind the show. But he is he's a bit out there. He's a bit rough around the edges.
So he's the Vince McMahon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. He's the Vince McMahon of this operation.
Correct.
Promotion.
Correct. And
what a death to roll with, baby.
30 years. So he is going to be represented by a West Coast IPA. That is 100 plus IBU because it's rough.
Okay.
It's rough, but people still like it.
Knowing Mark Maron as a person, in a stand-up comedian, he's a very abrasive person.
Abrasive is a good way of putting it.
Okay,
yes.
So 100 IBU West Coast IPA, that makes sense. That's very abrasive.
Yes,
abrasive.
Exactly. So that is how he is going to be represented.
Okay.
And our last one is, of course, the Liberty Bell.
All right.
Which is the face to Zoya's heel.
Makes sense.
She is the all-American girl.
Sergeant Slaughter to the Nikolai Volkov.
Yes. Yes. The John Cena to anybody else.
The John Cena to the Jinder Mahal.
Yes. No, not Ginger Mahal. Jinder Mahal.
Jinder.
So she is going to be represented by a blonde ale. Of course, she is the all-American blonde.
Mm-hmm.
But considering her backstory, there is a little bit of bite there. There's some depth. So it's not just a blonde ale. It will be a blonde ale that has been aged on jalapenos.
Oh.
So it's going to be a spicy blonde.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Those are the original 4 beers that we're going with.
Okay. That's how you start
That's how you start.
Get it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Release them. Get people buying it.
Yep. And then we'll come back for season 2.
Okay.
When I come up with more.
Well, they're already into season 2, so I think they...
Yes. Yes.
Are they into season 3 now?
No, season 3 comes out in late June.
Oh, okay. So there you go, Abel Baker. You have
time.
You have just enough time to get one out before the premiere.
Yes. Yes. Get at us.
Yeah.
We'll help you out.
We got you. Got your back. So the show I'm going to go with is a bit of it makes sense in my mind because Game of Thrones is ending on HBO.
Okay.
And in the fall, the new show is going to start, and it's Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for those of you who may or may not know, Watchmen is based off a comic from the 80s, and it was very much entrenched in like political standings and things like that. It wasn't just superheroes. It was kind of the first graphic novel that had like thought behind it.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was actual like depth and story and the characters. Yeah, the Reaganomics. Yeah, the characters were deep, and there was a lot more to it than just like a boom pow type of comic book. Most of us are probably more familiar though with the Zack Snyder movie that came out.
That was what, 2008, 2009,
or 2000. Yeah, 2008 or 9 or 6 in and about that area. Pre 2010.
Yes.
But yeah, most of us are familiar with it from that, and then some of us have sat around and watched the 4-hour director's cut.
I have not done that.
I have. It's it's worth it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. But now they're making a TV show. The TV show is only loosely tied to the comic and the movie.
Oh, really?
Either, yeah.
Okay.
So it's taking place in the future after the events of the original Watchmen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the original Watchmen comic book.
Kind of both.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of both. Because there are some differences in the comic, and it's been a while since I've read the comic.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't remember all the differences.
Fair.
Yeah. I think one of the big differences is though, instead of Dr. Manhattan, in the movie, Dr. Manhattan blows up a bunch of cities.
Right.
And to make himself into the villain to incur world peace.
Right.
So everybody, hates Dr. Manhattan, and then he just disappears. I think in the comic book, it was like an alien attack of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah. It's, it wouldn't have worked for the movie, but
right.
For the TV show, they're carrying on, and the most obvious thing, the trailer came out on Wednesday. So the most obvious thing you can see in the trailer is that now there is a gang of people wearing Rorschach masks.
Ah, okay. Similar to the Guy Fawkes masks in V for Vendetta kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of similar to that, yeah. Which is also funny because the same person who made the Watchmen comic also made the V for Vendetta comic. So,
all right then.
There you go. Yeah, so I think one of the big points is they're carrying on from the Watchmen is that Rorschach kept a diary. The diary kept notes on everything, and if you remember, Ozymandias was behind the entire plot of, creating the bombings to incur world peace. And then Rorschach kept that in a diary, but then was killed ultimately to keep that secret because he thought it was unjust to kill people. He thought it was unjust to kill innocents for that.
Right.
So then he, mailed the diary, and then it was found by somebody else. And, people went through it. And I'm assuming this Rorschach gang are like disciples of Rorschach who have read the diary and know all the injustices.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that were carried out by Ozymandias. The only character that seems to carry over from the movie to the TV show is Ozymandias, but he's much older and he's played by Jeremy Irons.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so that seems interesting. But yeah, overall, the entire scope of the show doesn't seem quite as clear.
So it seems like they kind of just took an outline from the books and the movie, and they're kind of building their own future situation.
Yeah, they're building their own future situation.
Gotcha.
And the other thing that comes up in the trailer is like there's this theme of TikTok, and like the Rorschach gang is chanting TikTok as if time is running out.
Oh, I thought it was just sort of an inside promotion.
No, not that TikTok.
Oh, okay, good.
No, they're not getting on and singing songs and showing cat videos. No, they're not doing that.
We don't know that.
I mean, they might, but
episode 3 might just be all cat videos.
Yeah, it might be. But there's a lot of clock imagery and stuff. So I'm wondering, and it's something I haven't read, but there was a recent DC comic book series called Doomsday Clock.
Okay.
Which was a crossover between the Watchmen universe and the DC comics.
Oh, now that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if this is half adapted from that.
Okay.
Taking something of a plot line, but not incorporating DC characters.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know. You have to find out. But the beers I'm pitching.
Okay.
The beers I'm pitching. You have the Rorschach gang, and the Rorschach, mask is obviously a mix of, it's a white mask with a perpetually, the original character had a perpetually moving Rorschach ink blot on his face. The Rorschach gang seems to just kind of make their own homemade shitty throwing black ink on on white tube socks, but I'm thinking for beers for them, we do 2 beers.
Okay.
And comes in like a 6-pack. 3 are white stouts made with vanilla.
Okay.
And the other 3 are regular stouts made with coffee.
Oh.
You can blend them to different degrees.
So everyone is different.
Yeah. You get a little tryout,
Yeah.
Kind of like how Prairie did the bomb deconstructed. Where it was, each ingredient of their regular bomb. Yeah. It's like this, you can mix it together. You get a different flavors. everybody sees something different. Get it? Rorschach? Come on. People, I don't have an audience to hype up.
Yeah,
That's right,
I totally get it.
Thank you.
Yeah, get this man money.
Yes. The other character I want to pitch for was Jeremy Irons. Obviously, we talked about he's playing Ozymandias, so I wanted to pitch for that. The Ozymandias character is obsessed with like Egyptian culture, and he wanted to model himself after Ramses II, but he's originally just like a blonde-haired German-American male.
Okay.
So I thought maybe the best beer to represent him would be a Hefeweizen, but with Egyptian flavor.
What would Egyptian flavor be?
So I looked up and like plums and pomegranates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Figs and you could add figs and dates, but I don't like those, so no figs and dates. And coriander and clove as well.
I mean, clove, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, those are spices that you can find in Egypt, so I figure add all those into a Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
And then ferment it in the way that you originally fermented Egyptian beer in terracotta pots.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get on board with that.
With a wild yeast.
Yeah.
They commonly use wild yeast back when Ramses II would have been alive. So
Getting buck wild.
yeah, so it's a Hefeweizen with wild yeast and a bunch of fruits and spice.
Nice.
It's all classy up.
Pinkies out, boys.
Yeah. And then the final beer I wanted to pitch, it is because of this whole ticking clock theme that we're talking about. It's a perpetually aging beer.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is out front, the brewery is going to have to make a very big batch of this beer.
Okay.
And then they're going to put it in the barrels. Mm-hmm. And then every season, they release a new batch.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, the first year, you'll get a 1 year aged. Mm-hmm. Well, not a 1 year age, but like 6 months.
Yeah.
They brew now.
Yeah.
They can get it out by the fall. But you get a 6 months age one. And then the following season, you'd probably, however long it takes to make a new season.
Yeah.
You know, it's a year or year and a half older. Mm-hmm. And then, another year and a year and a half.
Okay.
So you keep building and building.
That's going to be a hell of a vertical.
Yeah. That's the other thing. That's how you get people into it.
Yeah.
They know they're getting a vertical. You tell them up front.
Oh, that's perpetual business.
Yeah. Maybe you get like 8 years, but you got to make a really big batch of it. Mm-hmm. You have to figure it out. Like, assume the show goes 8 years or 8 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And then finally, the last year comes and it's like, oh, ticking clock's up. Here's whatever came out at the end.
And then you charge them $60 a bottle.
That's right. Fuck you.
Except for us, because
it was our idea.
Yeah. Steve gets 2.
Yeah. Free beer, Steve. But I figured I wanted to pitch all that. And I mean, I'm not against Omagong picking that contract up again because, they had a nice partnership with HBO.
Fair.
They could probably do the things that, we talked about.
Yeah.
But I also kind of maybe thought Dogfish Head.
Yeah, all right.
They seem like they could have the capacity. They have the barrels.
I can see Dogfish Head picking that up.
Yeah, they also do weird shit all the time. And so when I'm talking about Ozymandias' beer being aged and fermented in terracotta pots, that's some shit they'd try.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers make spit beer. You can't.
I totally forgot about that beer.
They make spit beer. They make mace beer. You can age a terracotta pot beer.
That's a Tuesday for them.
Right. You know how it goes. So, yeah. And surely they'd be willing to age a beer for 8 years.
I mean, they already have, their 120-minute, their worldwide stout. Mm-hmm. They already have a lot of the old stock there that you can buy.
Right.
4-year, 5-year, 6-year-old beers.
Yeah.
That's nothing for them.
Yeah, they know how to keep stuff.
Right.
I'm sure they have the space for it. So
yeah, exactly.
They're good.
Yeah.
That's who I'm pitching to, Dogfish Head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
But there you go. They're upcoming Watchmen and Glow beers. Go buy them. Be part of the show.
Yes, and then send them to us. Please and thank you.
Yes, give. give.
And then once you're done, make sure you go buy a t-shirt at tpublic.com for the Hop Nation USA podcast.
Yeah.
Etc.
Buy our t-shirts. They don't suck.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, then.
I think we got ourselves a couple of winners.
Did a plug. Did some beg. That's all right. It's a good segment.
It was a good segment. Let's get back to this beer, this Ship Bottom Beach Patrol Hefeweizen.
I'm on the Beach Patrol.
I liked it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, I thought it was a good beer. Would drink it again.
Yeah, it's definitely... this is a beer that I could see tailgating with.
Yeah.
This is also a beer I could see drinking a shitload of on the beach,
Or
if you're
pretty
allowed.
much anywhere else.
Yeah, this is another good summertime beer.
Yeah.
We're moving, obviously, into that time, and these are all good beers that we had tonight that fit into that. And
Yeah.
then, so there you go.
So I guess with that, we should probably go to the podium. Steve, I will give you the honors tonight.
Okie dokie. So bronze, I'm going to give to the UFO Big Wit. Big Wit, more like Big Whoop. Ha ha. Gotcha. Honestly, though, I don't know. I've had better wit beers. This one's, it's fine. It's drinkable. I just don't know that I would go out of my way for it. If somebody offered it to me, I'm not going to turn it down, though. It's not bad. It's just unremarkable, and it doesn't really hit the notes of a wit beer that I prefer. Silver, I'm going to give to... kind of torn at the moment. Silver, I'm going to give to the Duclaw Funk. I like it. It's a pretty decent blueberry beer. You can tell it is a wheat beer when you're drinking it, but the little bit of a dry back end on it makes it somewhat less drinkable. You know, it's drinkable. It's very drinkable. It's very good. It's just less drinkable than the Hefeweizen. We're talking comparisons, you know. It's just less drinkable than the Hefeweizen. That's why I'm going to give gold to the Ship Bottom Hefeweizen. The Beach Patrol it just hits all the notes. It's a perfectly fine representation of a Hefeweizen style. It's not overly cloved. It's not overly banana-y. It's not like too sweet in any way. It looks like a Hefeweizen. It smells like a Hefeweizen. It tastes like a Hefeweizen. And because of that, it's super, super drinkable. It does everything right. And that's why I give it the gold.
Right on.
Yes.
So for me, I am going to say the same exact thing that Steve said. UFO in the bronze medal position. It was fine. It didn't jump out at me, especially compared to these other two. Silver medal position, I'm going to put with the Funk. I think the biggest reason that it does not pull ahead of the Ship Bottom Beach Patrol is on that finish. It was a slightly dry finish. I understand what they were going for with the citrus notes, but it was good, but not great. The Ship Bottom, the Beach Patrol, that's the one that I would be grabbing if I'm going out somewhere for a barbecue, going to the beach, going for a picnic, going out, doing something, anything outside for the summertime. That is a great summertime beer, and I think that would be the one I'd be grabbing out of the three. So it's unanimous. Ship Bottom, taking the win.
Plus, bonus on the Ship Bottom, they come in pints.
Yeah, also true.
Yeah. You just get a little bit more.
Yep.
So yeah, bonus points for them.
Yes.
So that's interesting because New Jersey has produced a beer that won.
Yeah,
It won.
against Duclaw, because Duclaw
against
makes really good beer.
Yeah, against Duclaw. I don't think it would win against every Duclaw, but it won against this one.
Hey, take the win where you can take
Yeah.
it.
So good for you, Ship Bottom. Good for you, New Jersey. I think you finally got a beer that we really, really like.
Yes, we're going to have to... I know that there are a few other Ship Bottom beers here in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to go grab them. Because I know that this was a good one, so I'm going to have to go find more.
Check it out.
Yes.
It's for your health. So, if you want to find us on social media, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA, and that'll get you Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you want to listen to brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday, as you should, then search Hop Nation USA on your favorite podcatcher, like Stitcher, Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And if you're on any of those platforms, but especially Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review because
we are a 6-star show, but damn it, they only let us use 5.
And that's a bigger crime than Nicaragua Craft Beer Company not sending their Panga Drops killer pills to PA, but to Ohio.
Yes.
Shameful, shameful, shameful.
Boo. But
boo.
yay for them
Yeah.
being successful.
Honestly, it might not be their fault either. Might
That's
be
true, too.
Might be PA's fault back to their stupid fucking laws.
Yeah.
You can't import from
Yeah, exactly.
Central America. I don't know.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. We can only import from Belgium and Germany.
And 8 Canadian beers.
8 Canadian
That's
beers.
it.
You can have Glutenberg and like it.
Yeah.
Yuck. But yeah, that's it for 106. I'll give you a free preview. 107 is going to be what we record live at the North Hills Home Brew Fest Saturday, May 11th.
Be there.
Be there. You still have time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you were listening on Fridays,
as you should,
you still got time to get general admission tickets.
Yeah, VIP sold out, but you can still get general admission. Join us. We'll be doing a live podcast from that. And if you don't join us, well, I don't know. You'll just be able to hear it next Friday.
Yeah.
As you should.
As you should. Every Friday at noon.
Yep.
I think that's it. I think we're good. I think we hit it.
That's all.
Bye.